too many wrinkles.
And we're live. Hey, so you earned every wrinkle.
I have.
Renee, how are you this morning?
I'm fabulous. Vicki, how are you?
I'm all right. Oh, God. You're such a nut. It's so much fun to be on with you. So what kind of a weekend did you have?
Do you know what? I had one of the best weekends I've had in a long time.
Awesome.
I had to go back to Vancouver Island to settle my father's estate in his house. So it had some emotional up and down, but we had such a beautiful time. My husband and I went on a couple nice hikes, even though it rains on Vancouver Island.
It does.
And the dog needed to go in the shower after. But you know what? It was beautiful. We saw some neat little fish and
yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, I was telling you a minute ago that mine was kind of a quiet weekend. I had bought a dish drain tray for my husband mostly. And then I got after him for using it because, of course, he puts all his stuff in there. And the very fact that he washes his stuff is a milestone, for God's sake. So then I'm feeling like a real cow, thinking, oh, you are so miserable to that man. And he's out there building you a side table right now as we speak. So I phone him up and I tell him that I'm sorry. So then I washed all his laundry. I made him 2 loaves of banana bread and I even cooked him lunch. So he comes in the house and he says, oh, that is so nice. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And it'll sure be nice if you do that every meal. I said, you see, that's exactly why I don't tell you these things.
I know, but those little jokes keep life fun.
I wanted to smack him again with a rolling pin, and I thought, I can't do that. I'll just go with this being a nice thing. So I did.
Yeah.
And then, of course, yesterday I'm going to start a couple ads. Well, then I'm fighting with my computer, and I go, well, that's not fun. So I quit, and I went and made banana bread instead. And then when I came back to it, everything was perfect.
Sometimes that's what it's nice. It's nice to work from home where you can just kind of take a break and come back.
Yeah.
And
I even took another quilt on the weekend. This lady is pretty sure she needs me to do a quilt. And I go, well, yeah, great, I guess. So I took another quilt, and I will do it probably later today. And that is the beauty. It's part of the fun part. You know what I was thinking about this business that we do and the fun part? The feeling of isolation just is not here. And it's because we're doing this kind of thing and we're connecting with somebody all over the world every single day.
yes.
How much fun is that, right? I don't feel like I've been isolated at all, even though I am more than annoyed at these restrictions because I think they don't work. But other than that, I don't feel isolated at all. How do you feel?
Actually, I feel really good. Now, you know me, I'm the social butterfly. Always
Yes.
have been. Yeah, I usually never stop talking. But I like to be around people. I don't like to stay home all the time. So for me, to learn all about Zoom and these different programs where we can chat with each other, on Saturday, I was speaking to someone in Scotland. So I think my isolation circle has actually grown.
Well, and you know, that's sort of the point. It's like I don't feel alone. I don't feel like we've been locked up, and yet we have been. And it's because of that. You know, people have a lot to say about social media, and certainly my generation does. Because, you know, have you been to a restaurant lately or been anywhere lately where all people do is sit there on their phones or they're this or they're that and they're not connecting with each other? Well, I beg to differ. I've connected with more people in the last year and a half than I have in my lifetime. And that's the fact.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how bad can it be, right? Yeah.
Well, no. And I think it's just do you know what? I think I take less for granted. I love the connection, and I think I spend a little bit more time learning about people.
Yeah.
Learning about
exactly. Mm-hmm. Because it's quite easy to do in this environment, right?
Yes.
And the other thing that, has to, I know you are this way, and I certainly am. I was mentioning to you before that I've been, I don't know, being bossy is what my mother would have called it, but teaching or helping people since I was a kid. And perhaps it's bossy. I find that very hard to believe, but it could be. Mentoring people and helping them succeed as well is fun. Like, it's fun, you know?
Well, and I agree with you. Like, I just find when I help people and they feel like they're worth something, because we've all had our ups and downs, and I felt like I wasn't worth much at times too. But then I got my sparkle back throughout life and different things of being a nurse and being a realtor and helping people. Now I get so much joy out of helping people, just to help them to find themselves.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the medicine for myself, and it's the medicine for them.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Renee. I have a little note here to myself. Well, and there's other perks too. There's other things that are a lot of fun. Going to the mailbox is one of them.
Yes.
Okay? I mean, what's more fun than that? Throughout our lives, we struggle with that. And then all of a sudden, here we are. We're over 50. I'm quite a ways over 50. I know you're not that far, but I am.
Oh, I am.
Okay. No, you're not. But I'm going, well, who knew that the fun never had to end? It never had to end.
But you're right about the mailbox, because even this morning, my husband went to the mailbox and he did come home, and I had a very nice piece of mail, and it was pretty exciting. But now my husband's running for the mail.
You've got to love that part. My husband does too. And I'm going, yes, that works. And, in the past, it was me running to the mailbox. So, yeah, it's all good.
Well, and it's funny because for years, we all had the fear of the mailbox. Oh, my goodness, there's the bill for this and the bill for that. We used to think of the mailbox as not as much fun, because what happened is years ago, this is what I found. Years ago, we used to get beautiful handwritten letters from people. I would write my aunties, and they would write me, and grandparents and everything. And then it stopped. And the mailbox was only for bills.
Yeah.
But now I find I write letters to people again. I receive letters back, and that's how we're compensated for working online. So I'm not complaining at all.
Mailbox is wonderful. I totally agree.
Yes.
Totally agree. So we talked these people's ear off long enough, do you think?
I think so. It's been a great week. And you know what? Let's see how much fun we can have this week.
Good idea. And we'll share it next week.
Sounds
good. For now, guys, have a great day.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for having me. Bye.